Good evening, viewers, and welcome to another edition of the Social Development Outlook for today, Tuesday, 4th May 2021. I am your host, Renika Daniel, and just to remind you that this program is hosted and coordinated by the Communications Unit within the Ministry of Social Development and other related departments. We will take this break and I'll be right back. Well, I'm back, and for tonight's featured presentation, we'll take you to Pinneys Park, where trees were planted by various school students, accompanied by ministers in honor of Earth Day, which was followed by a toast with Minister Evelyn and Youth Department. We will now view some of those clips.
Your Honor, Deputy Governor General Mrs. Hailita Liebert, Premier of Nevis, the Honorable Mark Brantley, and the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Honorable Eric Evelyn, Minister with responsibility for environment in the federal government, the Honorable Spencer Brand, Minister of Environment for the Nevis Island Administration. I want to recognize Ambassador Lee from the Republic of China, Taiwan. I want to also recognize Ambassador Vance Amory, former Premier Joseph Parry, colleague Permanent Secretary Mr. John Hanley, heads of departments, ladies and gentlemen, Ministry of Tourism officials obviously, members of the education fraternity, happy Earth Day. Earth Day the idea of Earth Day was started some 50 years ago, 1970 actually, when a junior senator from Wisconsin, from what the history is telling me, would have made this call to action for us to be more in tune with our natural environment. We have seen where our environment has been degrading for a number of years now. And the number of persons on this planet continue to do actions that may not necessarily be in the best interest of the planet, and therefore our environment is suffering. We have issues such as climate change and excessive heat. And these things, according to the scientists, are attributed to poor environmental practices. What we're doing here today in terms of planting trees has been recognized as one of the best efforts to combat climate change and excessive heat in our environment, in that trees are one of the best sequesters of carbon, and carbon is apparently credited for the heat in our atmosphere. So once we plant trees, the trees tend to take the carbon out of the atmosphere and put it into the earth. And that is from my agricultural practices and studies. So I have learned something, and I'm hoping that I can pass this on to you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. And I bid a most pleasant good morning to everyone gathered here to engage in this tree planting activity in celebration of Earth Day. All protocols are hereby observed and adopted, except to extend special recognition to Her Honor, Mrs. Hailita Liebert, Deputy Governor General. His Excellency Ambassador Tom Lee of the Embassy of the Republic of China, Taiwan, the Honorable Mark Brantley, Premier and Minister of Tourism in the Nevis Island Administration, and members of his cabinet that are present here today. Ambassador Vance Emery, colleague Pierce, Mr. Huey Sargent in the Ministry of Agriculture, Ms. Jaylene Yard, CEO of the Nevis Tourism Authority, and her staff. I want to say that Pinneys Park is a special place which is a testament to the friendship between the Republic of China Taiwan and the good people of the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis. We are forever grateful for the kind and generous contribution of the Taiwanese government to the development of the island of Nevis. Put your hands together for the Republic of China Taiwan. The construction of this project is approximately 60% complete, and the landscaping is at 27.5% level of completion. By all accounts, we are presently on target for the intended opening date of December 2021. As my colleague pointed out, Earth Day was initiated in 1970 to demonstrate support for environmental awareness. Environmental protection is one of the hallmarks of Nevis as a destination, which is exemplified even in its marketing brand, Nevis Naturally. Earth Day is usually commemorated with a host of environmentally focused activities such as tree planting exercises, beach cleanup drives, and energy-saving initiatives such as turning off lights for an hour. Several environmental organizations on Nevis, such as the NHCS, the NTA, and the Ministry of Tourism have organized these activities.
Thank you, Mr. Hanley, for those remarks. We move right along. We have an earthly poem by Araya Liebert.
Our earth is very special, there is just one. It gives us water, soil, and the sun. Animals, people share the land. Let's all lend a helping hand. You could save water, plant a tree, make a better home for you and me.
We now have brief remarks from Mr. Vincent Lally, the ICDF consultant for the Pinneys Park.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today, big challenge because of raining day, we changed the location. I was prepared maybe around 30 minutes the speech to here, but now I forget. So I just simply to say, today is Earth Day. It's every day we can remember our life, how it's wonderful. So in my age, almost with Earth Day together, I born in 1969, but the Earth Day is born in 1970. Today is 51 years. I remember I was young. We have many nature to know we only one Earth. We need to protect. We need to take care of our environment. So in Taiwan, we very gradually we will recycle, use our resource. We will reuse our garbage. We do everything just for protect the resource to sustainable to use. So as a designer and planner in the park, we also use this idea to design, to plan our park.
The environment and the economy are really on both two sides of the same coin. If we cannot sustain the environment, we cannot sustain ourselves.
This message is brought to you by the Green Ambassadors of the Department of Youth.
I would want to invite His Excellency Mr. Tom Lee to give us some brief remarks.
Thank you very much, Permanent Secretary Sergeant. I also would like to adopt the protocol which has been established. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. You know, when you do the tree planting, you need water. And I think Nevis government picked the right day to do the tree planting. We have a lot of water today. And you know, I believe after you hear so many speakers, it's difficult for me to say a few words because you don't want to hear something have been repeated. But I will try. I feel lucky I'm not the last one to speak. Ladies and gentlemen, first on behalf of the Taiwan Embassy, I would like to express our sincere greetings to all of you. And I also want to echo what has been said. Today marks the Earth Day, and we have only one Earth. So we have to protect our Earth. And as climate change and the extreme water they are happening, so we need to plant more trees. And we are glad, as Vincent just announced, we are going to plant 3,000 trees in our Pinneys Park. I think it's very important. And Vincent designed it very well. Different generations plant different trees. So those young kids, probably in the future, they can show to their children, this is the tree they plant today. And they will continue this practice and continue to learn how to protect our earth by planting more trees.
I want to invite the Honorable Premier, Honorable Mark Brandy, to give us his remarks.
Thank you very much, P.S. Huey Sargent, and good morning to all. Please allow me to recognize our Deputy Governor General, Her Excellency Mrs. Hailita Liebert, my colleague ministers, Federal Minister for the Environment, the Honorable Eric Evelyn, my cabinet colleague here, the Honorable Spencer Brand, local Minister for the Environment, and also, of course, my dear friend, Ambassador Lee. Ambassador Lee, I think, has done a wonderful job here as the representative of his government and people to the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis. Please join me in giving him a hand. Let me also recognize Ambassador Vance Amory, our former Premier, and also I have seen our former Premier, the Honorable Joseph Parry, who's also here with us. I recognize him as well. Let me also recognize Lady Sheila Daniel, the widow of our national hero, Sir Simeon Daniel, and Mr. Vincent Lai, who is the architect and one of the main movers behind this Pinneys Park, of which we are all proud. Permanent Secretary John Hanley, who was instrumental in organizing this event, and all the members of staff, those from education, those from tourism. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here. I'm particularly delighted to see the children, because obviously what we do today is in large measure done for them. Today I feel quite proud to be here as Nevis celebrates Earth Day under the theme Restoring the Earth. And we are here at this very ambitious project, this Pinneys Park project, which has been talked about for a very long time, and which, through the assistance of the Taiwanese government, is now coming to fruition. I am particularly pleased that each week I get an update as to where the park is. And yesterday I got the usual update from the Permanent Secretary, Mr. Hanley, who says that we're now at 60%. He said so earlier as well. And that the landscaping is at 28.7%. Mr. Lai is correcting that and said between yesterday and today he's now at 30%. So he's planting very fast. I say that because I think that we have made excellent progress. But this progress could not have been possible without the hard work of Mr. Lai and his team, and of course Mr. Hanley and the team in tourism, who have worked really hard for a very long time to bring this project to some level of completion. We are optimistic that this project can be delivered as promised in December of this year, and we are hopeful that we can have a celebration in December of this year as we open this project. This project is intended to be an ode to the environment. It is intended to demonstrate our commitment to the environment as we celebrate the relationship that we have enjoyed and the very strong bond of friendship that exists between the government and people of Taiwan and the government and people of St. Kitts and Nevis.
this, the 22nd day of April 2021, the Department of Youth has decided to join with the rest of the world in celebration of Earth Day. The celebration of Earth Day forms part of the Youth Month's activities, where the theme is Restore the Earth. Therefore, we are encouraging all of our young people to do their part in caring for the environment.
All right, it is my pleasure as the Minister of Youth on Nevis, as well as the Federal Minister of the Environment, on this Earth Day 2021 to propose a toast to Mother Earth. And as we do so, we're going to get some cider. Everybody.
Yeah.
You have something now.
Yeah.
So as we celebrate Earth Day, we at the Department of and Ministry of Youth, we decided to do something a little different for 2021 as we continue to encourage our folks here in the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis to restore the earth, to take care of the earth. The earth belongs to us. The earth is our home. And as we take care of our individual homes that we live in, we must also endeavor to take care of Mother Earth. Mother Earth is the one that sustains lives and livelihoods. And so I would like to propose a toast to Mother Earth. I propose a toast that we continue to take care of Mother Earth. I propose a toast that because of taking care of Mother Earth, we will have cleaner, fresher air, more wholesome and healthy vegetables and products that we eat, and of course cleaner and unpolluted drinking water, and most of all a clean and safe environment for all. So I propose a toast to Mother Earth. May we continue to keep it clean and healthy, and may we all do our part for Mother Earth today and tomorrow.
That's our package for this evening. I am your host, Renika Daniel. Have a good night.